Morning, everybody. I guess 10 o'clock's come. If everybody's good, we'll just go ahead and get started.
It's fine with me. Good morning.
Okay, so we'll go through just here with us in Delta. We've got me, Blaine Ipson's here, Jared Smith is also here, and Kelly Carter are here just for your attendance.
Awesome.
All right, I guess first order of business is we'll go over the minutes.
Should we have a roll call?
Yeah, do you want to roll call everybody that's online? Is there anybody else there that we're missing?
Yeah, let's see who's online. Well, I'm Carly Payne with the Division of Water Resources. Rick, do you want to go next? And then Stephanie, Trevor, and Layla?
Sure. Rick Webster, Division of Water Resources, Area Planning Specialist for the Sevier River Basin.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm also with the Division of Water Resources. My name is Steph McGinnis. I'm the new State Water Plan Manager.
Okay. And then it looks like Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor Barneston down in Paiute County.
Okay.
Hi,
Anyone
I'm
else?
Layla Ahmadi with the Division of Water Resources.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the read meeting notes?
I don't know who the read.
That's mine. It's a note taker. I can turn it off, I think.
Okay.
All it does is just take notes on what we say so I don't forget crap.
Maybe Kelly. Maybe
you
Kelly
can just
will
send
use
that
it.
to me when you're done.
Send it to
It actually will. It will send it to all the participants after I'm done.
Okay.
All right. I like
And I
it.
don't know how to turn it off, so I guess we're gonna have to have it.
Okay. Well, let's just take a minute, and if everybody wants to, let's see, we'll look over the minutes. So, Carly,
Maybe who we had last time, and then
yeah. So, does everybody have a copy of the minutes? Does anybody not have a copy of the minutes?
Kelly just sent them about a half hour ago.
I have a copy. I wasn't here last time, so I can't really tell you if they're accurate or not.
Okay. Well, they're pretty short. Those in attendance were Dustin Christensen. Trevor wasn't there.
Yeah.
So, McKay Morgan, Kelly Carter, Andy Nickel, Mike Roberts, Blaine Ipson, Emery Polomena, Brett Bunker, Rick Webster, Chad Anderson, Carly Payne, Terry Monroe, Bridger Bolander. I didn't know Lee.
She was on.
And then Landon Rowley were in attendance. We had a report on the lower tour that we had last August. The tour went well. All expressed how good it was in the system. There was a discussion on how we can better communicate and use this River Council as a method of communication. Then Landon Rowley from the state fire department gave a presentation on the Tamarisk project that he's doing in the lower Sevier. Terry Monroe gave a report on Johns Valley area and the Pavant Valley underground water management. We left with the objectives of using communication, using the Watershed Council for communication, education, and legislative input, and to unify us. Brett Bunker made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Emery. Those are the minutes from the November meeting. Look for a motion to approve the minutes. If there's any corrections that need to be made.
I corrected Trevor.
Okay,
I make this Blaine. I make a motion to approve the minutes
as corrected.
as corrected.
Second.
Seconded by Brett Bunker. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next, we put on the agenda for a legislative update. I just reached out to Bridger Bolander. He said there's really nothing that's going on up on the hill that would affect us. There's a few bills that we're watching, but it's been relatively quiet for water bills and other bills that might affect us.
Could I add maybe just a couple, Andy? This is Blaine. One bill that was proposed by Representative Rex Ship, he's down in Cedar City, would have changed liability requirements on irrigation companies, would have put more emphasis on have the irrigation companies, canal companies maintain their system correctly, have records, documentation, things like that. That particular bill that Rex floated, and Rex is actually from Joseph, Utah. It's over in Sevier County, is where Rex is from originally. He's a year older than me. I know Rex pretty well. But anyway, that bill didn't make it anywhere. It was referred to a committee. So that's a bill that down the road, the irrigation companies need to pay attention to that. That would change some of the potential liability, put more liability on irrigation companies who are not maintaining their systems or not having records. So that was one bill that could have had an impact. There's another bill on river commissioners that would just define more clearly how river commissioners are to be compensated and that type of thing. The Sevier River commissioners already are up to snuff and meet the criteria that bill would do. That's just an attempt to standardize and get other river systems throughout the state of Utah on the same field. So that's kind of just as far as two bills that I've been kind of paying attention to. I noticed Mike Larson just plugged in. Mike, what water bills might you have that you're tracking? Mike, you're muted, Mike.
Sorry about that. We're tracking several, and so is Farm Bureau, but nothing I don't think that's real major. What ones were you talking about?
Well, I didn't write down their numbers, but one was by Representative Rex Ship that would have changed some of the liability on canal companies, made them more responsible if an accident happened than what the laws do right now. That one was tabled for now. The other was the river commissioner compensation, just try to get river commissioners more standardized on the state employee status, that type of thing. That's the only two I mentioned, Mike.
Yeah, the one got tabled. The other one I think will go through if it doesn't hit the end of the session, doesn't get voted on, but I think that one will go through. There's some that just clarify some stuff for the state engineer, and there's really nothing major water wise. I don't think that's going through, at least not that I know of. There's always water bills, but I can't think of anything that's really, really major right now.
That's Trevor if he has any.
It looks like Trevor left the meeting.
Oh, Trevor, his notes are still there, but
Yeah, but I saw him leave the meeting.
Trevor fell off. Yeah, okay.
So other than that, I don't really have any other legislative updates. Is there anything from the Regional Watershed Council that we need to be aware of that's going on within the watershed, or any projects or issues?
Or could we back up on maybe the water resource folks? Maybe they might have some legislation update. I noticed one bill that affects the Board of Water Resources directly. It was taking the city and municipality funding and taking that away from Board of Water Resources and giving that to other agencies. I know that's one that I was watching as a board member on that board that I was intrigued with. I don't know, Water Resources, Rick or Stephanie or Carly, are you aware of anything on bills at the legislature?
I know we're interested in a couple. There's one that has to do with are you talking about the Water Resources Cities Water Loan Fund?
Yes.
Yeah, that.
Oh, go ahead, Michael.
No, I just said that's the one.
Yeah. And then there's one that has to do with like tiered water rates. That's based on the study that they just had done from the last legislative session.
Okay.
Rick or Steph or Layla, do you guys know of any other major ones that would affect people down south?
I do not, but I haven't been tapped into it.
Okay.
I don't have any updates either. I'm looking through kind of a little bill tracker that we have, but I'll pop back in if I see anything that's relevant that hasn't been mentioned.
Okay. That's all we got, I guess, for now.
And I guess there's no regional watershed updates that we're aware of. I know that they're doing some rehabilitation on Panguitch Lake on the dam, but maybe Blaine has an update on that.
I honestly don't have an update. They're still trying to get, the last I heard, which was probably a week and a half ago, they were still trying to get permits in place to try to decide when they could begin construction. They've had a good open winter, but really haven't started moving stuff from what I've heard.
Okay. Stephanie, I see you're on there and you said you're over the state water plan. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the state water plan is due in 2026, correct? And you're looking for input from the local watershed councils. Is there anything that you can give us direction on as to what you would like there? I mean, I know that they're looking to the local watershed councils for input, but is there anything more specific?
Yeah, that is correct. So what I'm hoping is that potentially I can meet with you all on your next meeting there with the council to just sort of, we would just love to get your input and be able to better represent what's going on at a more local level within the state water plan. So my hope would be to meet with you on your next meeting to just share with you basically the outline of what that we have planned out for the state water plan, and then to also talk to you all about sort of what are those needs, challenges within, your watershed. And then also, I'm hoping that we can also even highlight a project that you all have been working on or one that's in the works and reflect that in the state water plan. And then additionally, I would like to probably in maybe August, September-ish, hold some sort of a public meeting that hopefully, I can sort of leverage you all with your just local expertise on how do we get that word out to get some public participation on that and get their input. So I don't know if that kind of works, if you've got additional questions on that.
No, not really any questions. I just know it's been brought up in the state watershed council that, they've talked about the water plan, but really no direction has come down as to what they really want. They want input, but they haven't said what they want input on. So I guess we'll probably look for a meeting again in a couple months. In a couple months, and hopefully if you've got some stuff, it'd be great to get a direction going there, because I think right now we know that you want input, we just don't know input on what.
Yeah, absolutely. And December 2026, that seems like, it's far out, but really I think as we're working on this, it's going to be here before we know it. So yeah, and I will share out what that outline is ahead of our meeting so that you all have some time to sort of look that over and have comments and feedback. And so that we can get moving with this and make this kind of clear direction for you all. And to also, try to make this work for your needs as well as state water plan. I think it would be great.
Okay. See Trevor joined back. Trevor, is there any issues on the watershed up there that you can think of that need to be addressed or we want to look at in a future meeting?
Not off the top of my mind. I've only been kind of watching the legislative stuff, so I haven't really thought about any of this other stuff.
Okay. Update. I guess one of the issues on the Sevier River that in the watershed that we're looking at is we are looking to update the Vermilion Dam and put a better measurement device in there. We're in the process of getting funding on it right now. That's a pretty important project for at least the water users in the watershed. So that's something that we're going to be looking for in the future. And as we go into tours, I know we toured the lower Sevier last year. Do we want to look at doing a tour this upcoming year of the upper area or maybe Sevier Valley? We'll be putting that out there for recommendations. I think we'll look for doing an August tour again of the watershed somewhere. So as we move forward, just kind of keep that in mind. We're open for recommendations of which part we would like to go take a peek on.
I would vote we go to the Sevier and just work our way kind of up, especially where you're doing some stuff on the Vermilion. That'd be my personal opinion.
Okay. All right. I guess along those lines, any challenges in our watershed that you're aware of that we need to be addressed? Anything going on besides there's no snow? Okay, well, pretty quiet there. Anything else from anybody that needs to be brought up or talked about that you can think of? Pretty quiet. Sorry for the short notice on this meeting. We tried to get it in per statute to have one meeting per quarter, and we wanted to do it while the legislation was still in session in case there was something to be brought up, but as I suspected, there's really pretty quiet right now. So unless there's something else that needs to be brought up from anybody. Carly, will you take 1 second and talk about I've seen it in the emails that you've been sending out, public meetings training that's required by us. Can you run us through what we need to be doing there?
Oh, absolutely. So since you're a public body, you have to be trained on the Open and Public Meetings Act once a year, anytime during the year, but it's recommended to just sort of get it over with at the beginning. So I sent out in a newsletter a link. There's an online training that's like 5 to 10 minutes, and it gives you a little certificate that says you're trained for the year. I'm happy to send it directly to this council via email if that's helpful.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll send that out. And yeah, it's really quick, and then you're good for the rest of the year. So I'll get that to everybody.
Carly, would that be something that would be better do you want us to have that as an agenda item in our next meeting and just cover everybody that's there?
Follow up.
Just have it, because I know we did it in the state meeting. We actually had it as an agenda item and we did the training there.
Right. You can if you want. It's sort of up to you. So
Okay.
if you do it in the meeting, then you have proof in the minutes that everyone who was there was trained.
Okay.
But everybody who wasn't there will still have to do it on the website. So.
Okay. All right. We'll look for that for the next meeting.
Okay.
Carly, this is Blaine. Would you mind sending it out anyway? Because I've got to do it for the water board anyway coming up. I'm due on that, so I'm going to do mine online. I don't mind doing it again in a public meeting, but if you'd send the link again, because I'm due.
Sure. Yeah, I'll still send it out.
Yeah, go ahead and send that out. But that's really all we had for today. That's why we just did an online meeting. It was pretty short and sweet. So if nobody has anything else, we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Trevor made the motion, seconded by Jared Smith. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I didn't know when.